Hi everyone, welcome to my 3x3 experience, and today I'm receiving Luka Snoj from Slovenia. Hi Luka, thank you for accepting my invitation.
Hi Remy, it's nice to meet you. So I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Today we are going to talk with Luka to his 3x3 basketball experience as a player. This interview will have three parts. Today, player experience. Next week, 3x3 coach experience. And in 2 weeks, we are going to talk about his book on 3x3 basketball. So in 2 weeks, Luka, could you introduce yourself, please?
So yes, my name is Luka Snoj. I come from Slovenia. I've been playing 3x3 for around 10 to 11 years. Professionally, I have been playing 3x3 in Japan, on the world tour also. So I've been pretty experienced in the field of playing, but I have been coaching 3x3 for the last 2 years now.
Okay, and what is your 5-on-5 career?
So when I was younger, I played 5-on-5 literally to around like 23, 24 years old. When I was younger, I also played for national team of Slovenia under 18 when we won the European championship and played with the players like Tomas Satoranski, Jan Veselic, who plays now for Fenerbahce. But unfortunately, I got injured when I was 19 years old, and I got 2 operations, one on my left knee and one on my right knee. So it was quickly. I noticed that I could not manage to play 5-on-5 anymore professionally. So I devoted my time to study, to finish university, and play free on the side.
Okay, perfect. And how did you get into 3x3 basketball?
So I think my first international tournament was when I was 21 years old. That was on World Championship when I represented Team Slovenia in Serbia. That was my first international tournament. So back in 2011. So it means 10 years from now, yeah. And I fell in love with the basketball. 3x3 basketball. It's fun, it's exciting, and I could play it with my friends. So it was a great. My first tournament was a great experience, to be honest.
What do you love in 3x3 basketball?
Yeah. So yeah, what do I love? So yes, as I said, it's fast-paced, exciting. It's very quick. To be honest, it's very fun if you can play with your friends, and it's a great way to meet a lot of new friends, people. It's easy, accessible. It's non-committal. There are numerous unique character of 3x3 that makes this game very special and unique.
Okay, and it's very interesting to know how to work 3x3 basketball in Slovenia. Training, coach, or administration, money.
Yeah, so like 5 years back, I don't know if you know, but we had a lot of great 3x3 teams. Team Ljubljana won World Tour twice, World Tour final twice. Team Piran was and still is playing at the World Tour. There was Team Kran. So we had a lot of great 3x3 teams. Also, we had great success on World and European Championship as a national team.
Yes.
But to be honest, probably same as in France and other countries, 3x3 is still developing. We only have 2 registered 3x3 clubs. One is ours, so 3x3 Ljubljana Center, and the other one is 3x3 Piran, and that's all. So we have only 2 registered 3x3 clubs who coaches young potential players and youngsters. And other than that, our national federation is making great things and making clinics for young players. So things are getting better now, but to be honest, like 5 years, 6 years back, it was the golden age of 3x3 back in Slovenia, where we had probably four teams in the World Tour tournament each and every year back then.
Okay, and how the federation, Slovenia's federation, pick the player for the selection for the young or the senior select team?
So it's yeah, I understand that. So procedure is different. So if we're talking about senior, mostly the team that won the national championship stays together. So if Team Piran or us or whoever wins the national championship represents the national team of Slovenia.
Okay.
So this is when we're talking about the senior national championships. But if you're talking about some younger categories like under 18 or under 16 and stuff like that, so we make clinics, few clinics, probably I would say 3 to 4 per year. So they're around, I would say 60 or 50 players get together on the weekend, and then they play 3x3, and the coaches and us, we can see which one may be a prospect for 3-on-3 and which one is not necessarily as good as we thought he would be. And this takes for a year, and then around August, there are only like 10 players, and then you cut those 10 players to 4 players, and then before the big tournament, like right now there's a World Tour under 18 in Debrecen, then you get together 14 days before, and then you start more intense practicing. So it takes the procedure is takes a little bit longer than for senior competitions.
Okay. As a player, your best 3x3 moment?
Probably, it's hard to say, but probably I'm very proud on the current team that we have qualified to the World Tour, since I've formed this team 2 years ago, and all those players are 22, 23 years old. They're very young. And our goal was set we should make a World Tour in a year or two, and we made it. So I would say this, but other than that, playing in a professional league as a first European and representing Europe in a 3x3 Premier Exe, I was very honored to be a part of that.
So what did your best move?
On 3-on-3, 3x3, I would say, it's hard to say, but I love to assist. So I like to make assists to make my teammates better, and probably shoot. But 3x3 is a different game of 5-on-5. You have to be universal. You have to know how to pass. You have to know how to dribble. How to exploit mismatches. And so it's hard to say only one skill. As a 3x3 player, you have to have universal skills if you want to dominate. Let's say, for example, Miesis, Bulut, and stuff like that. They can do it all, So probably I would say shooting 2-pointers, but you have to do it all.
Thank you, Luka, to sharing your experience. Thank you for following us. And the next week, Luka is going to talk about his 3x3 basketball coach experience. Thank you, Luka. See you next week. Bye bye.
Thank you, Denis. Au revoir.
Au revoir.